I'm going to play in commissioner mode as I always do. Once again, we have to go to the free agent list. And Babe should be here. We've got to go into the editor and put him on his team. 1927 Babe in the Matrix in Milwaukee. Major League Baseball Brewers. Change the team to Milwaukee. He usually hits number 3 in the lineup on both sides of the plate, and that's where he is here. So these are his teammates this week. Garrett Mitchell, Willie Adams, Rowdy Tellez, William Contreras, Jesse Winkler, Louis Urias, Christian Yelich, and Brian Anderson. That is the right-handed versus right-handed pitcher lineup as we go ahead to game 1. And we always kind of quick play through the first game. Where is Babe starting his career in Milwaukee? Who do they play game 1? They are in Chicago. Up against the Cubs. Right, we'll go full screen here. We'll put up a little friendly prediction poll right here where you can bet some of those Hound biscuits. And when I look on my Twitch page, I can see that Cubs fan Steve has the most Hound biscuits at over 50,000. Longest subscriber and the most Hound biscuits for Cubs fan Steve. So bet those Hound biscuits. Will Babe Ruth hit a home run in his first game with the Milwaukee Brewers? All right, let's start this up. Right now, the betting's fairly even. Slight lead towards the no side. You got about 15 seconds left. Bet those Hound biscuits. Will Babe hit a home run in game number 1? And he's coming up 3rd overall. Here we go. First pitch in Chicago, and that one gets over the third baseman's head. One runner on as, no, he goes to second base. Justin Steele. A nice, pleasant surprise for the Cubs this year is the starting pitcher, Rowdy Tellez, at the plate. And he drives one. That's going to fall in. Runner advances to third and will not try to score. And the Babe has the plate set out. Runner on first, runner on third. Nobody out. Steele against the Babe. Here's the pitch. And the Babe, with his good eye from 1927, takes a walk, and that will load up the bases. Willie Adams at the plate. Can he drive some in? Ball gets away. Runner comes in from third. And Chicago, they are stumbling out of the gates here. Well, let's go ahead to the next inning. We're at the bottom of the order. I don't think Babe will get up. I'm going to risk it that he doesn't get up. We go to the top of the third, and here he is. Bat number 2. He's got a walk, 1-2 count, and he strikes out. Okay, let's go to his next at-bat. It is 6-5 Chicago. Oh, what a barn burner we have here. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Babe Ruth is at the plate. Assad on the mound. 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far for the Babe. 1-1 count. He drives that one into the glove. No, it falls. That one sunk pretty quick. And Babe Ruth has his first hit. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit. Let's go to the top of the 6. We'll play this out because he's scheduled to come up number 5. Christian Yelich gets on. Brian Anderson at the plate. He golfs one into left field. Easily played by the left fielder. Top of the order, Mitchell at the plate. And a stolen base for Christian Yelich. The guy's got game. Mitchell, 1-1 count. Moves the runner to third. And that will be the second out. Babe Ruth is on deck. Rowdy Tellez. Can he get on base? No, he strikes out. We will go to the top of the 7th inning. Top of 7, Babe Ruth at the plate. He likes to lead off a lot in these innings. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. All we're missing is the home run. Could this be it? Full count. And a weak ground out to second base. 8-7 for the Cubs. 8-8 now. 8-8, and Babe Ruth doesn't have a home run. But look how great he looks out in left field. Like, just looks fantastic. Okay, we go to top of 8. Once again, there's an opportunity that Babe could get up. He's number 5. Oh, Christian Yelich with the hit to the right fielder. Brian Anderson against Michael Rucker. And another routine play to right field. Brings up the top of the order. Mitchell back at the plate, and he watches that one for strike 3. All right, last chance unless we go extra. It is an 8-8 game. Milwaukee, Chicago. The debut in Milwaukee for Babe Ruth. He's on deck. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. And that's a fly ball to right field. That right fielder is getting a lot of action. He's getting a lot of action out there in right field. Mancini for the Cubs. Okay, Babe, you can do it. Not a walk-off situation because it's the top of the order. He's got a hit, a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Where's that extra base hit, Babe? Full count. And walk number 2. Okay, let's go to the bottom of 9. And we go extra baseball, top of 10. The Brewers do not score. So Babe will get up if they can get out of this inning. Let's play this inning out. Let's see if Chicago has something for Milwaukee in the bottom of the 10th. Bunt and an unsuccessful bunt. Oh, actually, they did move the runner to third. So runner on third. 1 away for Dansby Swanson. Could he end the game for the Cubs? Here comes the second baseman boots it. Looks like he was eyeing on coming home. The throw may have come home, but he took his eye off the ball. And kids, when you take your eye off the ball, bad things happen. So Babe Ruth does not get his home run, but he does get a hit, 2 walks, and the Chicago Cubs take this game in dramatic fashion with an error on the second baseman. So we will pay out the nose. The nose win. All right, Audio World, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Audio World with the I believe it's the Banff Grizzlies that you have in Perfect Team. So came to the channel. I think you've been, watching streamers and into Perfect Team probably for about three or 4 months now. But thank you so much, Audio World, for subscribing with Prime. All right, let's sim ahead to the end of the month as we always do. We'll check the statistics. We'll check how Milwaukee is doing. Is this a playoff year for the Babe? He has never reached the Final Four in this entire series. He's never been a Final Four team. We got to get him at least one World Series. At least one. He's about halfway through his trip through the major leagues in 2023 and has not reached the World Series yet. And he's been on the Dodgers. He's been on Atlanta. So he's been on some good teams. Been on Houston. So I guess he may have a chance when he goes to maybe the Yankees. He's saving it for the Giants. I'd love that, actually. That's going to be fun when he's playing in San Francisco. Babe Ruth as a San Francisco Giant. All right, let's check out the NL Central. Where is Milwaukee? They're 13-15. So not quite out of it, but they've got some work to do. Babe, after the month of April, he is on fire with 9 home runs. He's on pace for 52. 52 for the Babe. All right, let's sim ahead one more month. Let's look for his name on the right-hand side of the board. He's second in on base and slugging. Kyle Schwarber, once again, is leading in home runs with 17. Ohtani is leading the league, though, with 22. First time we've seen Ohtani with the home run lead. It's usually Aaron Judge or Acuna Jr. But yeah, Ohtani with 23, Schwarber with 20. All right, we are at the end of May. Is Babe still on pace for at least 50 home runs? No, he has fallen off the pace. He's currently scheduled to get 44. Only has 15. And in the entire league, do we see any beautiful Babe pitchers? No. He is not at the top of any. This is, I think, the first time we've seen this. After 2 months, no Babe anywhere. Too much barley, I think, Babe. You're enjoying the barley over there in Milwaukee. So yeah, he's not even in the top 5 for home runs or batting average or RBIs. Well, let's shake it off. Shake off that Milwaukee hangover and let's go up to the All-Star game. Surely he's got to shake it off. Is Pac Bell a real left-hand hitter friendly park there, Ezra? Yeah, I don't know, IBDB. He does not seem to be helping his teams much, does he? Beers, Brats, and Babe. All right. Well, it is that time for this day in baseball history because it takes a while to sim a couple months. So let's reflect, shall we? Let's look back. On this day in 1886, Guy, or Guy, if you're from Quebec, Guy Hecker had one of the greatest days ever at the plate. So this was between Louisville and Baltimore. And in 7 at-bats, he had 3 singles, 3 homers, 15 total bases, and 7 runs scored. That guy was good on that day. Guy Hecker, 7 runs in one game in a 22-5 victory. On this day, Hall of Famer George Edward Waddell, better known as Rube, stole the show. He hurled a 5-inning no-hitter over the Browns. The A's were ahead 2-0 when the rain started to pour. Waddell struck out 9 batters and 3 more bounce out to Waddell. The one runner reached on a Rube error. So a 5-inning rainout, no hitter. Wow. 9 strikeouts, 3 ground outs to the pitcher, and an error. Great 5-inning game for Hall of Famer Rube Waddell. Yeah, he does not have a card in the game. If you don't see a card on the screen, it means not in the game yet. So we know it's coming. We know it's going to be a perfect one. We just don't know what the shape will look like for Rube Waddell. This guy does have a card in the game, though. It is a tournament edition 100 perfect card. Cy Young in 1911 on this day is released. He's given the boot. He's shown the door. Adios, sayonara, goodbye. Cy Young in Cleveland, no more. He'll go to Boston. He'll sign with the National League's Rustlers, where he'll close out the year 4-5 and end his pitching day with 511 wins, 750 complete games, and over 7,300 innings pitched. Yeah, Fussmucker. Die old. Yeah. When you get your release, you know your time is up. But what a career, what a player. Of course, we got the award named after him, and usually a really good card in the game. I'm thinking we're going to see a peak Cy at some point. I don't believe this is a peak. So we're going to get a good one down the line. On this day in 1926, in the roaring 20s, partying going on in San Francisco, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. Times were good. And on this day, the Braves are at Ebbets Field. Hank DeBerry's on third base, Dazzy Vance on second, and Chick Booster is on first. Babe Herman drives the ball against the right field wall and DeBerry scores. Vance holds up, then rounds third, heading for home. Buster stops at third. The right fielder throws home and traps Vance, who heads back to third. Herman slides into the base as Fuster steps off. Herman's out for passing the base runner. Fuster, thinking he's out too, walks off with Babe and gets tagged out. Vance, still on third, later admits it was his fault, but Herman, who doubles into a double play, gets the blame. Hope you caught that. That is a Charles Warbot trivia question about the rules of baseball. And all 3 of those players do have cards. We've got the 95 Dazzy Vance, we've got the 93 Babe Herman, and we've got the 46 Chick Fuster in the game. One more, and then we'll head back to the Matrix. On this day in 1930, Babe Ruth. Speaking of the Babe, he hits a ball headed for the right center field stands in Philly. It hits a loudspeaker horn and bounced back into the playing field. And the umps, who are not wearing their glasses, ruled it a double. The drive would come off of Lefty Grove with one man on base. So a potential 2-run home run taken away from the Babe. Both of these players have perfect cards. Both of them are tournament edition cards, and both of them are really good cards. So this day, 1930, Babe Ruth denied a home run against Lefty Grove. Those darned loudspeakers. Okay, here we are. We are at the All-Star break, and let's take a quick peek. If Babe did make the All-Star game, wasn't having a great season so far. So I would understand if he doesn't. On the National League, it is Schwarber, Newt, Barr, Acuna Jr., and Michael Harris II. So Babe is not a starter, but he is a reserve. That seems to be normal. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride for Babe in the All-Star games. He does get into the All-Star game, but not voted in. That darn AI. So let's play out the entire All-Star game, see what the statistics look like. Babe Ruth would come in to pitch hit for Freddie Freeman, and he would take a walk. And then Rio Muto would come in and pitch hit or come in and play first base. So Babe had one shot at it and got the walk. Okay, let's take a look at his standings, his ratings, his numbers. He's still on fire. He has 26 home runs projected for 46. So again, he's going to be right on that cut mark between 49 and 50. So many of you are still in contention here. Babe with 26 home runs. Does he make any of the leaderboards yet? Yes. So he had a really good couple of months leading up to the All-Star game. He's on base percentage, OPS, leading the league in WAR, which stands well for his MVP chances, WOBA, and OPS plus. Schwarber leading the league in home runs with 37. So Babe, you got some catching up to do. All right, let's go to the end of July. All right, end of July, and I'll leave the screen up as we head to a break. And one more time, since it's Retro Tuesday, let's put on a few more of those classic Canadian TV commercials. This is Canada back in the 1980s. Be back in 2 minutes. Still exist in the United States? Is Sears still a company, or did they go under everywhere? Definitely was a popular place. In Canada, we have the Hudson's Bay Company, which again is struggling up here in Canada. It's kind of like your guys' Target down in the United States. But yeah, Sears was always a great place to pick up a lot of those things. And of course, the catalogs back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, Sears started with their catalog sales. Okay, let's go ahead to the end of August and find out where Babe is at. And then we're going to close things off. We'll pick out our winner. And then we'll head over to, I believe Dr. Dynastic will be starting up his stream very quickly, if he hasn't already. Sears is still around? Barely? Okay. So not completely out of the picture yet. I guess there are no, as far as I know, no Sears in Canada. They shut down those stores probably about 5 to 10 years ago up here in Canada. Sounds good, Dr. D. Give me about 10 minutes. I'm probably about 10 minutes from finishing everything off, and then we will raid over. No later than 1:15. We should be over there. All right, here we go. Babe in Milwaukee. After, getting rid of some of those Brewer hangovers, he's hitting, look at that slugging percentage, 666, OPS 1.109, OBP 443. Kyle Schwarber's ripping it up with 55 home runs, 8 more than Aaron Judge, 12 more than Ohtani. Yeah, Schwarber's having a season. Freddie Freeman leading the league in average, and Babe leading some of these other hitting categories at the bottom, always at the top in WOBA. So he may win Rookie of the Year or MVP for the National League. Let's see who his competition is. Schwarber, Freeman, Acuna Jr. Those are kind of the top three. He's second, though, in the NL with 42. So those of you that bet between 50 and 59, things are looking good. 1 month and a bit to go, and he's got 42 home runs. He's on pace for 51. 51. Have a great afternoon there, Ezra. Ezra, After Dark tonight at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, I believe. No, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So check out Ezra Denny and his 58 Giants tonight on After Dark. All right, it is going to be close. You know what that means. When we get to the last month, we go week by week. Here we are, September 4th. Babe has 42 home runs. One more week. Milwaukee, whoever, IBDB, remember that comment you made about Babe in the locker room? I was shocked when I saw this. Look at the NL Central. Look who is at the top of the NL Central by 10.5 games. The Milwaukee Brewers are on a tear. They're 9-1 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. Their magic number is down to 10. The Dodgers, Braves, Brewers, Angels, Twins, Yankees. Those are the top. Those are the division leaders at this moment. Babe is making a difference. He is still on fire, still on a hitting streak. He's got 45 home runs, on pace for 51. It is going to be close. This is the schedule. They play Miami, Washington, St. Louis a couple times, Miami a couple times, and then they end off with the team they started with, the Chicago Cubs. All right, let's go ahead one more week. They should lock down the NL Central. Babe Ruth is leading the NL with 127. I think he's a shoe-in now. Look at this win streak. Look at this. They've lost 2 games in September. Milwaukee. About time Milwaukee gets some love. I hope when Babe goes to Oakland, he gets some love on Oakland too, because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 wins and 2 losses in September. Wow. The taps are dry in Milwaukee, at least until the playoffs, because they decided to get serious. And both games they've lost in September have been in the 10th inning. Amazing. Oh, look at August. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this has got to be a record. They are 24-2 in their last 26 games. Yeah, I said that right. 24-2, and their only 2 losses were in extras. Man, oh man, Babe Ruth has 45 home runs. He's on pace for 49. So he's slowed down a little bit. Those of you that predicted 40 to 49, whew, it's getting close. St. Louis, Miami, St. Louis, and Chicago. Time to play one more week. Kyle Schwarber, 57 home runs. Babe is at 46. 47. 1 week to go. They've come down to earth a little bit. They've lost 2 games this week. They're only 6-2 in the last 8 games. Wow, this is quite the run by the Brewers. Yankees have clinched. Twins and Guardians still fighting it out. And the Angels, Mariners, Astros, and Rangers. 4 teams still have a shot in the AL West. Braves, 35 game. I think they've clinched. TJ, this one's for you on Tuesday. Braves, 107 wins. Milwaukee has clinched. They're 14 games ahead. And the Dodgers and Padres have both clinched playoffs. All right, you guys getting nervous? Babe Ruth, 47 home runs, projected to hit 49. I think this may be the closest end of the season that we've had. All right, let's go ahead to that first game against St. Louis. A 5-run loss. Babe Ruth had 3 hits, 1 run. Was it a home run? No. No home run for Babe on that day. Second game against St. Louis. A 7-5 victory. Babe is 2 runs, 1 hit, and he does get his 48th dinger. 48 now for Babe. Final game against St. Louis. A 10-3 victory. Babe Ruth hits his 49th. 49 for Babe Ruth. Three games left. All he needs is 1 more against Chicago, and we get in a whole new category of winners. Game 1 at home to Chicago. A 3-2 loss. Babe goes 0 for 2. Game 2 against the Cubs. And of course, we're at the end of a month when the Sim always does their monthly save. So the tension, you can feel it. Does he do? It is an 8-7 win, guys. 8-7 for the Brewers. Babe goes 2 for 3. And Babe Ruth gets his 50th home run, taking out a large portion of the contest. It came down to the final 2 games. Let's just quickly, too bad I was going to slow slim that last game, but they lose 1-0. So he did it on the second last game of the season. All right, well, we will check out the winners in a bit, but of course it is playoff time, and the Brewers are in the playoffs, and they are not a wild card team. They are a wild card team. Well, they're a team that plays the wild card. So Dodgers and Atlanta with better records, they get the bye. Angels and Yankees get a bye. Let's go to the next round. And just like that, Babe Ruth takes the Brewers to the final 8. 8 teams left. Padres and Braves, Brewers, Dodgers, Angels, Twins, Rangers, Yankees. Let's find out how Babe did in his 2 playoff games. 1 for 4 and 1 for 3. Okay, Dodgers up against the Brewers. Braves clinch. We're going to game 5. Dodgers, Brewers, and it is the Dodgers that take game 5. Once again, Babe cannot make it to the final 4. Oh, any team but the Dodgers, I think they could have won. They lose 3-0 on a 1-hitter by Urias. 7 strong innings, 1 hit baseball in pivotal game 5. Such a shame. So we've got the league championship. Yankees going up against the Angels and the Braves going up against the Dodgers. All right, let's do one more quick poll here. Let me just type this in. Who will the champion be? New York Yankees, LA Dodgers, Atlanta, or LA Angels? Ignore the question there. It put up the wrong question, I think. Champ. Oh, no, I did put it up. Who is the champion going to be? Yankees, Dodgers, Atlanta, Angels. You got 30 seconds left to get your bet in there. Who is going to win the World Series? Atlanta, Dodgers. All right. Yeah, just a short poll. All bets are in. Braves are up. The Yankees are up. Yankees go up 2 games. Dodgers are now up 3, and the Dodgers advance. Who will they play? Look at that, folks. For the first time, it's all California. Dodgers, Angels going to the World Series. Angels get by the Yankees in 6 games and the Dodgers in 5. So 2 kind of rested teams. Let's find out who takes the World Series with Babe in Milwaukee. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. And the powerful LA Dodgers will take it once again. I think they are 3 times winners now in this series. So congratulations to those that put some Hound biscuits on the LA Dodgers. I know it wasn't up there very long, but some of you were able to get in. Yes, EVC. Enjoy the virtual victory. We'll see in a couple months how the real Dodgers can do. Okay, moment of truth. We got to find out if the MVP award will go to the Babe. Because that could come down to that, whether or not the Babe wins MVP. I think he does. I think he's got this. He was second in home runs. He was first in RBIs with 139. He led batter war. He was second, 8.6, which again is one of our tiebreakers if we get there. And award time. How many Dodgers are going to win awards here? Let's find out. In the American League, your award winners for 2023, Ohtani wins the MVP as second of his career, 3.05 ERA. He went 16-9 as a pitcher, and he hit 264 with 49 home runs, 49 dingers. He is your AL MVP. He is also your Cy Young winner. Doesn't happen very often. MVP and Cy Young go to Ohtani. 104 whip. Very nice. Anthony Volpe is the rookie of the year for the New York Yankees. He hit 282, 23 home runs, and 158 strikeouts for Mr. Volpe. And for the first time in his career, Jose Leclerc wins the reliever of the year. He had 34 saves. He went 8-1 for the Texas Rangers. Hero Drivers Rangers, 8-1 with a 1.3 WAR. 82 strikeouts in 64 innings pitched. A 11.6 K to 9 strikeout rating. Good choices, OOTP, for the American League. In the National League, is it the Babe? Yes, it is. Babe Ruth with the MVP award, winning. 70% of you said he would win MVP. Spencer Strider is the Cy Young winner. He only went 18-3. Under 3 ERA, 5.3 WAR, 252 strikeouts to lead the Braves, who got knocked out by the Dodgers. Tovar is your Rookie of the Year for the Colorado Rockies. 327 average, 203 hits, and 79 RBIs. And for the second time in his career, Devin Williams is the Reliever of the Year. He went 44 saves on the year, 2-3 record, 93 strikeouts in 67 innings pitched. So he had a 12.4 K per 9 rate. Amazing for Devin Williams. All right, we got to check out the final stats here for Babe Ruth and declare a winner. Babe Ruth has 50 home runs, 139 RBIs, 118 runs, and he had 179 hits. Tiebreaker question. He had 132 walks. So he walked 132 times and he struck out 123 times. Last week, it was the exact same number for both.